Hello, my fellow skateboarders, longboarders, and freelance skaters. This is Srinivasan, a fine art photographer, a distance skater, and a small time freelance skater. So, I'm here to talk about one of the possible skating events in India. It's just an idea. It's in very formative stage. It's in my head, so it's not. I do not know if it is going to be a reality or something. So I just want to throw it in the air, like the idea in the first place. So if somebody starts the wheel, like spinning wheel, try to push. I'm just trying to push. It's not even spinning yet. So I do my own LDP thing. So, but if I'm going to start, at least try spinning that wheel, someone will join and continue to spin that wheel. This possible Ultraskate event might happen in India as well. Okay, so that's a good thought that I have here. I'm like, that's a thought that I have. Turning it to be a good one, it's up to the hands of future generations and on professional people and the sponsors. Okay, so right now it's in the very formative stage that's inside my head, so I'm going to throw it out in the air. Hope you guys like it. I'll try to keep it as short as possible. Okay, let's get into the complete screen view. I hope I'm recording the screen as well. Yes, I am. Okay, so these are the race tracks in India. Okay, Kari Motor Speedway, Madras Racetrack, Perumbillacheri or Pambandod Padam Racetrack, Raceway Motorsports, Baja, Say India Racing Circuit, Raymond Racetrack, Budh International Circuit. This is probably the most known international race circuit among people. Okay, and you have various race tracks here, and goes up to 2 and 3 pages in Google, and you can see the map pinning points which is happening. The race tracks spread across India. Okay, not so much in the west, but in the not so much in the east actually, but somewhere in the northeast, and most of the northern racetracks are distributed over here near in and around Delhi, few in Mumbai and Baja over there, and somewhere in Karnataka, and in Maharashtra and Karnataka, and you have Kerala, you have Tamil Nadu, that's where I come from, you have Andhra, and you have other Telangana place as well. Okay, so we have two race tracks here, one in Coimbatore and one in Chennai, 2 or 3 probably. I'm not be aware of that. I'm not an expert in racing and stuff like that. Okay, I did ride motorcycles, but I never did any tricks or stunts with the motorcycle. I used it only for commute. Yes, I was interested in all those racing stuff, but I don't follow them seriously. I'm not aware of all the motorcyclists there who are participating in the race, like Valentino Rossi or Marcel or whoever it is. If I'm saying the wrong, pronouncing the name wrong, kindly forgive me. But this is about Ultraskate. Okay, or any sort of skating event. Okay, we have so much racetracks in India. I absolutely have no idea like what's going to be the uh, hiring price for this racetrack for 24 hours. Okay. Hmm. And I do not know how will they allow it for any sort of skating events. Will they allow it for any sort of skating events, or do we have enough LDP riders in India? These are all the early questions to address, before you are talking about any event that you want to organize here in India. Okay, so these are the simple things that you need to address. Okay, let me just put out a map like what they did for this approach. Okay, initially when they had the idea for making something like Ultraskate event, what they did was like they approached NASCAR people, the chairman. I did not know who it was, like whether it is Jim France or like it's Brian France. I did not know. They approached them, okay, and expressed the idea of this race of long distance, pumping, pushing, or paddling. Like talking about skating being some sort of a serious or bigger event for the very first time among the world, okay. And one of the CEO chairman person was so kind enough, like his relative or somebody was also participating, or if the story was not accurate told by me, okay, so kindly forgive me. But once he listened to that story of idea of conducting Ultraskate event in NASCAR players, he Brian France or Jim France, I'm not sure about the detail, but he immediately agreed to it. I do not know if they agreed for a fee or it was agreed to rent for one day for free of charge. I do not know, like if it is for rent or free of charge, pro bono, I do not know all those stuff. But they actually approached the NASCAR chairman for conducting a race, which is something called Ultraskate, for the very first time. So that's how they did it. So if you are thinking of any sort of such thing, we need to contact the racetrack's owner or the chairman or CEO person of that particular racetrack, which wherever it is situated in India. And we need people, sponsors. We need sponsors if in case they have to design t-shirts or provide food, water, accommodation, all those stuff, to have participants fly to this event, all those things. Event organizers, basically we need them, okay. I am no good in PR stuff, okay, any sort of public relations or people skills. I totally suck at it. I am not ashamed of accepting it in public, because like it's because of my basic things, like two things, PTSD and anxiety stuff. It kind of plays a big part in my life, like I need to run things thousand times at least in my head before I kind of do it in real life, okay. So yeah, I totally suck at people skills. So the approach is going to be like this. First, we need participants, okay. We need a lot of participants, okay. Either it could be from the world and also from India, okay. When it is happening in India, you need people from India as well. And when you're talking about India, you could include Asians, like people from other parts of Asia, okay. And first thing, you could the idea is you could talk to the organizers of Ultraskate events in Miami and Dutch. We could talk to those people first who organize those events and get information about the sponsors, the skating companies, wheel manufacturing companies, the bush manufacturing companies, trucks manufacturing companies, all the company details and the sponsors for their event, Ultraskate event. Then you contact those companies, like who are all ready to participate in Ultraskate India stuff, This is quite a bit of work, that much I can tell you, okay. So this is just happening only in my head, not in reality, okay. Now I'm not going to be the organizer here. I'm total lazy goose, and I totally suck at people skills. Whoever has some experience in organizing big events, they have to do it and take initiative for this. When you have some sort of quality participants and huge interest of people flowing in for LDP thing, that is which is more local, which is India, So then you got to talk to those companies, like who are all willing to come to Ultraskate India if that is going to happen, and you need to collect those lists, okay, first, and you need to talk to the world participants, like winners or world record uh, owners. You need to talk to the top players actually. So when you are having one of the top players from the world participating in Ultraskate India, that's going to be a big plus in drawing crowd into the event actually. So you need international participants as well for this to kickstart. It's going to happen for the very first time, so you can't let it happen just like that. So if you want to have this happening in India, you need some international participants for sure. And once you have all those lists, you can go ahead. We have some problem with QuickTime, whatever it is. So first we need international participants. When you have all the international sponsors list and participants list, you can approach one of the racetrack people. Okay, all these racetracks that you find here, you can approach the CEO or the chairperson, okay, of those racetracks and get permission. Either it could be pro bono, free stuff, or for rent. Okay, so you need to check, like, if you can organize your sponsors to pay for this, or you have somebody you can who is the rich dad kind of stuff, like whose son is interested in LDP, or whose daughter is interested in LDP, like who are kind of rich enough to sponsor an event like this, who can hire a booth racing truck circuit, or booth international circuit for racing track for one day to Ultraskate event in India. Like whoever can spot that person, find the sponsor, figure out a way to use those tracks. Okay, and then you got to look for all the accommodation, stay. Then you got to look for people have jet lags, people flying from international thing, and people from south or north, wherever that is going to happen, they're going to fly in. You need to give them some time, like 1 or 2 days before. You got to decide upon the registration fee, then you got to decide upon the prices. You got to call for event photographers, newspaper, news journals, photographers, journals, or any televisions if you want. And you need all the coverage from drones to all those things, like water, food, and transport to the race booth international circuit from wherever the players are staying, all those things, transport, and their safe departure as well. Okay, so there are so many things involved here. This is a very big responsibility for anyone who is going to organize this. Okay, so this is just in my head, and people do this much of work before any one day 24-hour event happens, even in Miami or wherever in Dutchland or wherever, like people are going to do this, they're going to do all this work. Okay, so it's a huge responsibility. There's going to be hundreds of people involved in the behind the scenes, like who are going to organize this event. So if Ultraskate India has to happen, you need most of the things that I said here, because like I'm not aware of what is going to happen behind the scenes, like how people usually organize all these things. So you need to do all these things. If in case you need to inform the local politician or local all the permissions that is required for this to happen, if you have to take all those things, you need to take, you got to take care of the electricity, got to take off the backup power, generators and stuff like that. This is a huge organizing some event like this, Ultraskate, it's a huge responsibility. So if it is going to happen in India, I would definitely prefer it to happen without any problem and troubles. So people have to remember this event, like this happened, and whichever year that's going to happen, in this century or next century or in this decade or next 5 years or whenever it is going to happen, like people have to remember and appreciate, like yeah, Ultraskate India, it's so amazing. We would love to come back again to participate in this event. That's how people have to cheer up and feel secured, more comfortable in attending this event, not to be worried about, like, oh no, we came here, the event was not that great. It shouldn't be like that. It should be like one of the remarkable organized events that has ever happened. uh, Not even in Miami or Dutch, or like, this should set an example, something like that. Like, I've never been to any of the Ultraskate events, so this is all sort of imaginary thing. Could be an imaginary thing. So first, it has to happen in your head before it happens in reality. There is a saying wherein, like, if you can imagine, you can have it. Like something like that. So I'm imagining it right now, and I'm putting it out in the air, putting out in the internet, online, or probably in Instagram or IGTV or whichever platform suits better, to take this idea further to all the people all over the world, to all the LDP riders. But like, if this has to happen somewhere here in the future, I'm just trying to do a little part on from my side, like, apart from practicing LDP, trying to spin the wheel a little bit, so that you guys in the future can spin the wheel to the full speed and keep it spinning in the forthcoming years. So I definitely wish there has to be Ultraskate event that is happening in India. Like, I totally wish, actually. Being in India, I'm kind of selfish in that way. Like, you could make this an Ultraskate Asian event as well if you wish. But yeah, why not India? Like, I'm from India, so yep, let it be a remarkable event whenever we are doing it. Like, uh, I wish to settle abroad. I want to move out of India. But if it is going to happen, I will definitely come and participate in those as well. So I'm just throwing out this idea. Hope you guys like it. If you happen to like it, spread this idea, and try to do whatever you can in the future. Okay. So hope you guys like it. Bye bye. This is Kicho signing off.